Today is December 31st. Welcome to Big Book Daily. My name is Rob. I am an alcoholic. It is a thrill, honor, and joy to be here with you today as we journey through the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous and the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions. Today out of the Big Book, we are going to conclude Chapter 11, A Vision for You. We'll be reading page 164. Out of the 12 and 12, we will conclude Tradition 12 by reading the final page, 187. And of course, we'll be reading the 24 hours a day and daily reflection. Well, we're here, my friends. What a blessing it has been to do this podcast for 365 days in a row. I didn't realize when I said at the very first episode, I hope it helps one person out there. That's what a dear friend of mine in the fellowships would say. He'd say, God, help me help one. And I pray that right before I get out of my car every morning to go to work. And I was praying that before I began this podcast. Help me help one. And now I can reflect on that, and I see that the person this has helped the most has definitely been me. So, but wait, we're not done yet. We got a little bit of reading to do. So let's get to the good stuff. All right, my friends. So we are concluding the core text of the Big Book today. We're on page 164. We'll be reading the last 3 paragraphs. Still you may say, but I will not have the benefit of contact with you who write this book. We cannot be sure. God will determine that, so you must remember that your real reliance is always upon Him. He will show you how to create the fellowship that you crave. Our book is meant to be suggestive only. We realize we know only a little. God will constantly disclose more to you and us. Ask Him in your morning meditation what you can do each day for the man who's still sick. The answers will come if your own house is in order. But obviously you cannot transmit something that you haven't got. See to it that your relationship with Him is right, and great events will come to pass for you and countless others. This is the great fact for us. Abandon yourself to God as you understand God. Admit your faults to Him and to your fellows. Clear away the wreckage of your past. Give freely of what you find and join us. We shall be with you in the fellowship of the Spirit, and you will surely meet some of us as you trudge the road of happy destiny. May God bless you and keep you until then. Out of the 12 and 12, we're on Tradition 12. Anonymity is the spiritual foundation of all of our traditions, ever reminding us to place principles before personalities. And we will be finishing off this book as well. We're on page 187, the last 2 paragraphs. These experiences taught us that anonymity is real humility at work. It is an all-pervading spiritual quality which today keynotes AA life everywhere. Moved by the spirit of anonymity, we try to give up our natural desires for personal distinction as AA members, both among fellow alcoholics and before the general public. As we lay aside these very human aspirations, we believe that each of us takes part in the weaving of a protective mantle which covers our whole society and under which we may grow and work in unity. We are sure that humility, expressed by anonymity, is the greatest safeguard that Alcoholics Anonymous can ever have. "24 hours a day, December 31st. AA thought for the day. I shall be loyal in my attendance, generous in my giving, kind in my criticism, creative in my suggestions, loving in my attitudes. I shall give AA my interest, my enthusiasm, my devotion, and most of all, myself. The Lord's prayers become part of my AA thoughts for each day. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Have I given myself? Meditation for the day. As we look back over the year just gone, it has been a good year to the extent that we have put good thoughts, good words, and good deeds into it. None of what we have thought, said, or done need be wasted. Both the good and the bad experiences can be profited by. In a sense, the past is not entirely gone. The result of it, for good or evil, is with us at the present moment. We can only learn by experience, and none of our experience is completely wasted. We can humbly thank God for the good things of the year that is gone. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may carry good things into the year ahead. I pray that I may carry on with faith, with prayer, and with hope. Daily Reflection, December 31st. Daily Resolutions. The idea of 24-hour living applies primarily to the emotional life of the individual. Emotionally speaking, we must not live in yesterday nor in tomorrow. As Bill sees it, page 284. A new year. 12 months, 52 weeks, 365 days, 8,760 hours, 525,600 minutes. A time to consider directions, goals, and actions. I must make some plans to live a normal life, but also I must live emotionally within a 24-hour time frame. For if I do, I don't have to make the New Year's resolutions. I can make every day a New Year's Day. I can decide, today I will do this. Today I will do that. Each day I can measure my life by trying to do a little better, by deciding to follow God's will, and by making an effort to put principles of our AA program into action. Oh, all right, my friends, that concludes today's reading. I'm a little emotional this morning. I really like that final reading. Today, I can put all this stuff into action. We can have a New Year's resolution each and every day. If I dwell in the past or if I dwell in the future, I'm not focusing on today, the present that I've been given. So I believe it's the great theologian Kung Fu Panda. I think that's where I might have heard it before. But, today is just being alive today is a gift. And that's why they call it the present. When I'm focusing on tomorrow or if I'm focusing on yesterday, I'm not appreciating the present that I've been given today. That's what I love about the 24 hours. And all throughout the day, when I mess up or whatever, I can just get right back on it. I don't have to let one mistake ruin the day like I used to do. Or use that as another excuse to drink. No. Thankfully, because of these steps in this program, I know what to do when I mess up. I pray. I figure out what I can learn from the experience. I make my amends. I don't beat myself up. And I try to get right back on it. Trying to be of use to somebody else. And that in turn helps me. But anyways, my friends, that's all we have time for today. So where do we go from here? Well, we have 365 some episodes in the bank already. So what I decided to do is I'm going to re-release all of the old episodes. I'm going to try to schedule them to release on the same days. So for those of you who maybe have friends that might benefit from something like this podcast, please spread the word. Let people know about it. It's going to still be out there. And I'm going to still release the episodes to the best of my ability each and every day. And I also want to record some new content as well. Obviously, I didn't get to read all of the personal stories. So what I'm thinking is that at least once or twice a month, I'll hop on here and post a new personal story from one of the editions of the book, whether it's the first, second, third, or fourth edition. And if there's any listeners that want to share their stories, your experience, strength, and hope that you'd like me to share on the podcast, just send us an email. The email is bigbookdaily@gmail.com, and I would love to share your personal story on the podcast. And if there's ever a way that I can find a medium where you can just share this story yourself, like in an audio form, I'd love to put that in the podcast as well. But bottom line is, Big Book Daily will still live on. And truly, I want to say thank you to so many people that have reached out over this past year. I have no idea how many people this show reached, but I'm really grateful for the few emails I did receive over the year. And I really appreciate the encouragement. This has been a blessing for me, and I hope that it's been able to make your day a little better as well. All I had to do was just carry the message, and that felt wonderful. It was an honor. Every day I said it was a thrill, honor, and joy, and I mean that. Every year's a roller coaster, but the one constant in my life has been the beauty of sobriety. I thank my higher power for that, and I thank my higher power for you. So if we are given another set of 24 hours, I sincerely hope that you have a great day, and that maybe one day I'll see you as we trudge together this road of happy destiny. Take care.